Hello, hello. Oh, my favorite. My favorite. My favorite ever. My favorite. Look how. This is my favorite. My favorite. Okay. How beautiful. Okay. Autoinoculation. autoinoculation. And autoinoculation. I made a mistake, so I'll repeat it again. Autoinoculation. 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 Perfecto. Oh. What's on the other side? Actually, what's on this side? Right? Let me see. What's like over here? Let's check it out. What's it say? Okay, it mentions one Nobel Prize winner of 1912. Mentions Sabbatarian of the Sabbath or its observance. Sabbatarian is someone who observes the Sabbath, specifically on Saturday, a Jew who observes Saturday as holy, or a Christian who keeps strict observation of Sunday as the holy day of the week. However, I will say I know certainly quite a few Christians who also observe Saturday as the holy day. So I'll say that. And then what's on this side? Well, it says Saarland, and it says Saavedra, was a type of soldier. Okay, so yeah. Yep, okay, we shall observe the Sabbath. A phoenix too frequent. Okay, so phoenix is something that is dormant. Yes, a phoenix is dormant until. So this reminds me of the phrase cold phoenix. Have you ever heard of cold phoenix? So cold phoenix would be, for example, a dormant virus that would result in some kind of cold sore. Literally, a phoenix. That's what it mentions. And then it says, The Ladies Not for Burnin', A Phoenix Too Frequent of 1946. And then The Ladies Not for Burning of 1949. And then Venus Observed. That's so interesting that I was mentioning observing Sabbath, and now it's saying Venus Observed of 1950. And The Dark is Light Enough, 1954. Yep, a phoenix too frequent. Alrighty, yeah, we can collectively inoculate and prevent and reduce the frequency of such dormant phoenixes, such as cold sores. Okay, let's see. So this is mentioned in Bolivia. And it's also mentioning ball weevil, and ballworm. Okay? So let's read this sentence here. Rainfall. Okay? Rainfall 23 inches at La Paz. Paz means peace, the peace. Okay? 25 to 35 inches in the Yungas. 70 inches, the heaviest from November to March in the northeast, 20 inches in the southeast. Okay. And what is a bollworm? Bollworm. Heliothis armigera, a moth larva or grub which feeds on bolls and unripe pods of cotton and on the ears of corn, beans, peas, etc. So in the part 1 of this dictionary word search video, it mentioned silk, the silk material, and now this is mentioning a moth, and moths are actually the source of silk. So that's interesting to note that repetition, and the significance of it could be that that would actually be a great material, to conduct, to achieve the inoculation with. And as I mentioned in the first video, that would be actually taking that piece of silk, for example, or even taking silk, kind of a silk weave, like crocheting with silk. So taking thin strips of silk and then crocheting it, and into a strip, and then wrapping that above the upper thigh, like on the upper thigh, wrapping that, and then wearing it during the day or for a number of hours during normal activity, and then at nighttime when someone goes down, has gotten all ready for bed, and they're in bed and they're laid down and all, then they can unwrap that and wrap it right around their head to cover their eyes. And what that's going to do is that's what inoculation is. It's so ocular, which is within the word oculation. I'm going to pick the next word. That means eye. And so that would actually be so this has to do with loading, exactly, loading. So it's spreading out the viral load. So that's exactly what it is, a viral load. You can look up what that means. So to actually disperse the viral load would have a dormant virus, potentially, or it should actually cause an expression of symptoms that will then become able to become burned off by the body, and actually give the body a chance before a sexual partner is infected unknowingly. And then there's all this drama and anger and unnecessary strife, and also just the disease. Okay, so the previous one was interrupted, but here we go right back to it. Load. In electricity, the amount of electrical energy taken from a source at a given time, the new power station will share the load at peak hours. Okay? And then above that, the resistance, apart from friction, offered to the working of an engine, the working load. So, viral load is either high or low, okay? And so, let me see if it actually mentions it within here. I don't believe it does. I will just say that, so I was mentioning viral load, and it went to this page, load, right? Well, I was mentioning the I, and then it went to this word load. And so I was saying how the viral load can be dispersed throughout, of a dormant virus that begins to express symptomatically after, potentially decades of remaining dormant. That is actually spreading the load, right, of a virus that's already dormant. And I had mentioned that it's I, right? And then no coincidence that the word here is loculus. Loculus. Yes, loculus. Let's take a look at what that means. Loculus. A small cavity, for example, in an ovary or an anther. Loculus. A small cavity, for example, in an ovary or an anther. Latin, diminutive of locus, a place.